Grot, living a germ-free lifestyle will be your top priority. Thankfully, you can discover how to protect yourself from the hazards that lurk with our favourite thing, Good Health Magazine. Let's begin with public toilets, or as I like to call them, shame cabins. First rule, never put anything on the ground. The floor is the germiest place in there, with 53% more types of bacterial species than any other surface, like the tap or the toilet seat. Oh, think twice about using soap. Really? Your hands could end up carrying 25 times more bacteria than before you washed them, including the fecal variety. Now, while you're avoiding floor germs and poo soap, make sure you also avoid the air, especially around the dryer, because it's also full of bacteria. Now, toilets do seem pretty dirty, but they're really nothing to worry about when you consider that your car's steering wheel is 9 times dirtier than a toilet seat and can give you food poisoning. And you know what, Kirsten?
What, Zoe?
Another place you can get food poisoning is a plane, where you can also get pneumonia from seat back pockets and armrests as the bugs transfer from aeroplane surfaces into your body via eyes, nose and mouth.
What should I do?
Avoid touching your face.
Oh, for f***'s sake.
And when in a hotel room, never eat and watch TV at the same time.
Why not?
Because channel surfing with a room service meal increases your risk of getting sick. Don't touch the switch on the bedside lamp.
Why?
It's one of the most bacteria-laden items in the room. At the office, you should also clean your hands at least 5 times a day.
But not with poo soap.
Oh, heavens no, never with poo soap.
And cut.
Oh, thank God that's over.
Kirsten, do you have a compulsion to clean?
Oh, not really. Only my steering wheel and the lamp and the remote control.
Well, I have fear of contamination.
Oh, just from soap.
Are you particularly anxious about touching things because they might be dirty?
Oh, only the air and my face and the air and my face.
Do you engage in obsessive hand washing?
It's not obsessive if you know how many germs there are out there.
I don't know. I'm just reading this article, OCD and What You Need to Know.
Where'd you get that from?
Where do you think?
It's not.
Oh, it is. It's in the same issue as that article about germs. I'm just not sure Good Health Magazine is so good for your health.
If you're not into the green smoothie trend yourself, you probably know someone who is.
Hashtag kale.
Drinking a smoothie. Sorry, haters. Hashtag
green
don't
is
care.
goodness.
Too blessed to be
Activated
stressed.
almonds.
Hashtag
Wheatgrass
yummers.
selfie.
Yummy. I can feel it doing me good. Oh, sorry.
With every glass packed with vitamin brag, drinks like these are a great way for busy people to tell you exactly how much fruit and veggies they're adding to their diet, even if you didn't ask.
Oh, this? Yeah, it's just kale, spinach, apple, kiwi fruit, flax seeds, chia and almonds.
The NutriBullet is one of the most aggressively marketed blenders.
The NutriBullet is not a blender.
Okay, one of the most aggressively marketed juices.
It's not a juicer.
Oh, then what is it?
It's a breakthrough in nutritional science that can change your life. The NutriBullet's high-powered motor with bullet-exclusive cyclonic action breaks down and pulverizes food on a cellular level, opening up their hidden nutritional value that can reverse the effects of aging and supercharge your metabolism.
If you believe NutriBullet's claims, it could seem like nutrition is trapped inside your food like a princess in a tower. And the NutriBullet is the knight in shining armour, breaking down cell walls to set your beloved nutrients free. But that's not all. It's also a time machine.
Turn back the hands of time 5, 10, even 20 years with this incredible machine.
Oh, sweet! Mum got a NutriBullet. Oh, great. Not again.
You could even just use the NutriBullet instead of medicine.
Before you turn to drugs, please give this a shot. It really, really works.
Drugs?
You want to score?
Yeah, all right.
Not again!
And if that's not enough, it's spruiked by a man who calls himself David Avocado Wolf, who, according to his website, is the rock star and Indiana Jones of the superfoods and longevity universe.
You have chosen parsley.
And check out his qualifications.
I don't know if you guys know this, but both my parents are medical doctors.
And as we all know, if your parents are medical doctors, that pretty much makes you one. Isn't that right, Dad?
I wish. You just make and you drink.
In the ads, David Wolf explains why the NutriBullet is better than other products on the market.
It's actually pre-digesting the food for us. In the old days, we pre-digested our food by cooking it. With the NutriBlast, we're actually using that cyclonic action to actually implode all of those nutrients and make them immediately bioavailable without heat.
But do we really need our food pre-digested and our nutrients imploded? Or is that just bio bullshit?
Well, we do need to break down the cell walls. Well, we do need to break down the cell walls for our food to be digested.
Aha!
But there's something cheaper and just as effective that does all of that for you. And I'm using it right now.
A Vitamix?
No, my mouth. And more importantly, the bacteria in your gut. They break down your food and allow your body to absorb the nutrients.
But doesn't the NutriBullet open up hidden nutritional value that your body can't access?
No, the nutritional content of a food doesn't change because you blend it.
What if you pulverize it?
In fact, if you're trying to lose weight, the NutriBullet can be unhelpful.
Oh.
Our bodies process liquids quicker, so you won't feel full for as long as you would if you ate whole fruits and vegetables. And you could end up eating more.
Hang on. What do your parents do?
My dad's an accountant and my mum's a yoga teacher.
Sorry, I thought you were qualified.
Ow! Hey! So much cyclonic action!
But there's plenty of other reasons why people turn fruit and vegetables into smoothies, even if you don't believe all the marketing hype. Maybe you're a busy and important person who doesn't have time for things like chewing food.
Put the Tokyo office on hold. I'm breaking for lunch.
Or you might feel like you have to trick yourself into eating healthy food.
Here comes the aeroplane. I don't want it. I want chips. It's good for you. It's actually not that bad.
At the end of the day, the NutriBullet is just a portable blender with delusions of grandeur. It can help you increase the amount of healthy food in your diet, but it's still not as good for you as eating the equivalent amount of whole fruit and vegetables.
What am I going to put in my Insta now? Hashtag eating a dumb carrot?
Take away all the nonsense marketing words, there are cheaper alternatives that do pretty much the same thing. And I'll drink to that.
As a guilty mum, I know my darling's birthday is a special day where money really can buy love, just like any other day. Turning 1 is a very special achievement, so naturally I celebrate it in style with the first birthday girl autograph hound, including pen. An autograph hound is, well, indescribable, but it's created so many priceless, well, memories. Dressing up the birthday girl is a must from year 1. Thanks to Zariana Princess Couture, my little girl's birthday was unique because she wore exactly the same fashions as these girls. A young lady only turns 1 once after all, so it's important to dress her in something appropriate, like these lace leg warmers. And as a guilty mum, I know the first birthday has to be marked with a cake smash. The smash cake tradition has been in my family ever since I read about it on a Disney-sponsored blog. I'm just so glad she didn't miss out because cake smash photography sessions are only offered to babies turning 1, in most cases. A guilty mum knows every birthday has to be different. We've already done pay and play. I went for the ultimate party package, of course. For just $100 extra, you get themed cups, plates and hats for free. Not to mention a visit from the world-famous Lollipops the cat.
Mommy, hurry up!
Coming, darling. but I don't think I'll do a trampoline park party again. The risk of injury was way too worrisome for me.
You organised this trampoline party. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honour. About everything. That's why this year I'm all about keeping it real and having a traditional party at home. I like the personal touch. So we've personalised these Frozen-inspired invitations. One to the stationery with real Frozen images in it was no longer available online. Maybe they inspired legal action. Plus, I've personalised the Frozen Party package to make all her dreams come true. It's the perfect place to put all our frozen plates, snack box containers, tattoos, erasers, crayons, Rubik's Cubes, medals, hair clips, keychains, plus, of course, the Sing-a-Tune Frozen Balloon for just $34.95. It's an absolute must. Isn't that right, Elsa?
Please don't make me go out there, I'm scared.
Just let it go. Of course, not everything has to be Frozen themed. That would be tacky. For that unique, chic, boutique event that'll have all my friends talking, I've also ordered a candy buffet.
Hello, how was the party?
Oh, just wonderful. It's just so nice to do something simple at home for a change.
And chances are, you probably do too. According to Edelman's Trust Barometer, banks are the second least trusted industry in the world, right on par with that other despised industry. Never mind. Seems like banks are always trying to do a number on us. For example, when you transfer money to someone who uses a different bank, the money seems to leave your bank immediately, but it can take days before it lands in the account of the other guy. So what's the deal with that? Don't you play dumb with me. Ralph? Is the bank pocketing interest we should be earning? Or is it using our money to make short-term trades? Or fishing for overdraft fees? Or some other unsubstantiated rumour I read on the internet? What the hell is going on? Because transfers between people who use the same bank happen in a flash. Isn't that right, Ralph? You're good. I'll break you. Alright, this is a stick-up! Give me all my money! Oh yeah, it's all about the Nelly Melbers. Come on, let's go! Say, look who's coming this way. It's Chris Hamilton from the Australian Payments Clearing Association. He'll give us the scoop. Say, Hamilton, when a transfer going to a different bank takes ages, is that because the shady cats at the bank are nicking my interest? What? Why? Well, it's complicated. But if the banks aren't being a pack of massive then what the dickens is going on? Let's take a look around the back. This is how we think bank transfers should work.
My bank should send your bank flying money using a special technology computer.
Unfortunately, real bank transfers are nowhere near that fun. So how do they really work? Well, just say Craig here's had some bad luck on the nags, and he wants me to transfer him some money. Yeah, no worries, you old bugger. So I make the transfer, then what happens? Well, my bank sends his bank something called a clearing message. When they receive it, the money is his to waste. But not so fast. The clearing message for this transfer is bundled together with all the other clearing messages going from my bank to Craig's bank. All banks send and receive these bundles of clearing messages 6 times a day, under the supervision of the Australian Payments Clearing Association. The problem is, you have no idea how long it might take your bank to put your clearing message into one of those bundles. It's like trying to send your money by post, only you have to rely on a carrier pigeon to take it to the post box, and you have no idea whether that carrier pigeon is going to make it in time. Sorry. And if your complaints are anything to go by, that carrier pigeon has a lot of issues. Christ, you're terrible at running. And which bank is doing something about it? The Commonwealth of Australia's Reserve Bank. Step on it! The RBA and its buddies are developing a new system that will make bank transfers instant, sometime in the next 2 years. In the meantime, if you really need to make a transfer to a different bank happen pronto, like, say, to pay your getaway driver, there are a few ways to make it happen in a flash. Using NAB's Flick app is not one of them. They promise instant transfers between Flick app users no matter which bank they're with, but in the mighty fine print, they also say that transfers outside the NAB usually go through on the next business day. You know I'm good for it. Combank and ANZ offer similar apps, but neither of them claim to be instant. So let's forget about technology for a minute and look at the good old-fashioned ways. Some banks offer a real-time instant transfer if you go into one of their branches to make the deposit, but they have to use a faster, more expensive service to do that, so it usually comes with a fee. Hey, they're the real robbers! Thanks, mate. But if you're that desperate to make an instant transfer that you're willing to go into your bank and pay a fee, why not go straight to their bank and make a cash deposit? That way the transaction is free and instant. Oh, I know. These banks are bloody shocking, aren't they? Oh. Sorry.
If you're on Team Australia, then you know it's important to drink beer and not get fat. Which might explain why low-carb beer is now so popular it earns twice as much as craft beer. Sorry. To avoid weight gain, 87% of us would choose low-carb beer over both full-strength and light beer. So, are low-carb beers any healthier? Well, that very much depends on how narrowly you're willing to define healthier. Yes! Yes! In your face! The difference between a glass of low-carb Carlton Dry and a glass of regular Carlton Draft is roughly 45 kilojoules, the same amount as in this stick of celery. Oh, I really shouldn't, but I've earned a treat. Carlton's light beer is only 322 kilojoules a glass, or 74 kilojoules less than the low-carb option. Oh, I could have had 3 sticks of celery. And while Cooper's light beer wins comfortably again, each 100 millilitres of Cooper's low-carb beer is only 1 kilojoule and 0.1 of a gram of carbs less than their regular premium lager.
Must have been hard to get that 0.1 of a gram of carbs out.
Too much. Not enough.
And to put that in perspective, that Big Mac that you're only eating after having too many low-carb beers has 2,060 kilojoules and 35 grams of carbs. Oh, don't worry, I drank 2,000 low-carb beers tonight.
Why are more people not aware of these figures? Well, you know, it could be that while other food and drink have to show their nutritional information, alcohol is exempt.
So, here's a shortcut. When it comes to weight, it's alcohol content that does the most to turn your beer into a beer gut. So, if you're counting your calories, the best option might be a light beer. It's light beer, so it's okay! But of course, if you're really health conscious, then the best thing to do is avoid alcohol altogether and enjoy yourself a good old-fashioned, frosty, non-alcoholic beer. Oh, that is revolting. Can I get some, like, bleach or something?
Here we have an extremely fascinating exhibit. This Himalayan rock salt was originally formed from marine fossil deposits over 250 million years ago in the Jurassic era. Just think of all that this salt has survived. It was forged in the time when dinosaurs walked the earth, outlasted even the mightiest of civilizations. A testament to the...
It expires in a month.
Oh. Oh well, who wants margaritas?
This week on Please Stop Writing In About This.
Unfortunately, Darren, the park doesn't legally have to guarantee any specific amount of wetness or wildness during your visit. Hello. Each week on the checkout, we get sent hundreds of letters, emails, and the occasional gift from a secret admirer. Ooh. But many of you have been asking about bag searches in shops.
What rights does the consumer have in refusing a bag search or any other search?
Thanks. Catherine?
No problem.
Well, it's true that according to these guidelines, retailers can set conditions of entry for their stores. So, if they're clearly displaying a sign like this, then they have the right to ask you to open your bag for a search. If you refuse, they can ask you to leave the shop and not return. The guidelines say there should be no direct physical contact with the customer's bag or person.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
But regardless of signage, people caught in the act of shoplifting can be forcibly restrained, although they can't be assaulted. The shopkeeper can also call the police, but they can't assault you either. Look, no one can assault anyone, okay? There are a few other details though. You can be asked to move items inside your bag that may obstruct their search. And it's not only bags that can be checked. Other items that might reasonably conceal goods, like cartons, parcels, or overcoats. The guidelines say standard-sized handbags, around the size of an A4 sheet of paper or smaller, should be exempt from searching. Unless the store employee is certain you've shoplifted. If you've been detained when you haven't done anything wrong, you can complain to store management or the police. You can also ask the Privacy Commissioner to take action on your behalf, although they can't assault anyone either. So that's the story. Stores are allowed to make bag inspections a clear condition of entry. You can't be assaulted, and if you're detained unfairly, you can complain. So please, stop writing in about this!
Oh, where am I?
Remember that outstanding amount in your phone bill?
What phone bill?
$37.45, due on September 5th last year.
But you're not my phone company.
We're a debt collection agency. Your phone company sold the bill on to us. You see, many companies like telcos and utilities, well, they'll only chase unpaid bills for so long. That's when they bring in the professionals. We buy thousands of unpaid bills for a song. Because with our, how should I say, expertise, more people are going to pay up. The first you hear about us is when you get a letter from a company you've never heard of demanding you pay them money.
I paid that bill.
Yeah, sure you did. Maybe you paid the wrong amount.
Coming!
Or maybe the bill went to the wrong address. Some people only find out they've got an unpaid debt when they go to buy a house.
That's impossible!
And suddenly find there's a little problem. Computer says no.
You know, just because you owe money doesn't mean you don't have any rights.
Who are you?
I'm Gerard Brody from the Consumer Action Law Centre. A lot of people that receive these letters from debt collection agencies think they have more power to get money out of you, but they don't. In fact, consumer regulators recommend that debt collectors shouldn't even contact you face-to-face if they can avoid it.
All right, Ben. But don't think this won't hurt when we call you morning, noon and night, son.
Actually, debt collectors can't contact you at night, at least after 9 p.m. Debt collectors can only contact you at reasonable hours, and then only 3 times a week.
3 times a week? Are you having a laugh?
He's right, you know. For a maximum of 10 times a month. If we hassle them more than that, they can complain to the ACCC, or even the Privacy Commissioner.
Not the Privacy Commissioner?
And it also says here we can't engage in conduct that draws people's attention to your situation.
If anyone here knows any reason why these two should not be wed today...
Hang on. He didn't pay his phone bill.
Wait, we're not allowed to do that.
Cripes.
If you do find yourself held hostage by a debt collection agency, whatever you do, don't ignore the debt.
You could end up in court, and that's where the real trouble starts. If a court makes a finding against you...
Oi!
They can even take your personal items to cover the debt. They can take part of your earnings before you even receive them. You can even be declared bankrupt. Once you add up all the fees, costs and charges, could end up owing much more than the original debt.
What you should do is ask for written proof the debt is yours if you think a mistake's been made. A debt collector should stop the collection activity until they've given you that information.
Of course, negotiating later will be much easier if you keep detailed notes describing the dates and what you've agreed. As well as saving any correspondence. You're also entitled to 1 free copy of your credit report per year. And if you have any queries, call the National Debt Hotline or visit ASIC's website.
Yeah, I'll hold.
If your debt is a home loan, personal loan, credit card or car loan, you can ask for a hardship variation if, for example, you've lost your job or are suffering from a medical condition.
I'm allergic to concrete.
If you don't get a hardship variation or you're not satisfied with the way you were treated, you can make a complaint to an industry ombudsman.
Be reasonable!
Debt collectors may seem intimidating, but if you approach them the right way, you should be able to come to an agreement.
Can I at least have some floaties?
See?